The build up to a showdown, confrontation between Yolenta and her father is kind of what I'm waiting on right now. But some other big things, of course, that are going down is we are working towards potentially writing and publishing a book to expose heliocentrism to a broader audience, to more of the world, become a stronger, more accepted idea, and change the ways of things, I think, are the big one that we should be waiting on. So it's just kind of, is she going to have the opportunity to get that out before this confrontation happens? The answer to that is no. I'll tell you that right now. That is not going to happen. I find that hard to believe. We're going to have this confrontation before that actually happens, probably as it's going down, which will make things interesting. Will that happen here? I have no idea, but I'm really excited potentially for that to happen. We do have another step. We got to figure out what's going on with Schmidt, and he had some weird stuff he said at the end of the last episode that scared me a little bit in regards to the last place that they're going. So we'll wait it out and see. Maybe there was no reason for that to spook me the way that it did, but it kind of got me a little worried. So we'll end up seeing. And what is Draka's role to play in all of this? Will things be successful to put us in a spot where she can earn money, or will it not? We do only have 5 episodes left. It's full like chance, right, that things end for one of them like here or next episode, and then we give the last people like 3 or 4 episodes. That's fully possible, but I do question if they want to go down that route again or if they just want to do it here. But I don't have an answer to that, so we'll wait it out and see. If you like it all, hit the like and subscribe. They do mean a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave any comments about this episode or series. Let's get going with episode 20.
写本と活字と不景、母景、モールド。それがあれば活字が壊れてもあっちで作れる。
本の内容はどうでした？彼女の虚偽では。
It lines up with what we knew. Yeah. She could feel the aura. So we can do it with her. No.
そうね。それも考えたけど、印刷機貸すって約束。
That's what I was gonna say. Hold on. We made a promise. Yeah. Smart thinking, though.
そういう人には機会をあげたくなる。協力されづらいだろうから。それと、組織の今後。頼んだよ。
We are done here.
私は。Yep.
Take it over, brother. Yep. It's our life, dude. It's the freedom we desire. The future that we've dreamt of.
やりました。職人に聞き込んで数ヶ月前から怪しい動きをしているナヤの情報を。集めて。
It's go time. Got it in you to take your daughter. So excited for this confrontation. This guy's a softie. You can see he did not want to harm her. Good morning to you too. Hell of a question to start with.
俺にはな、妹がいた。10歳そこらで病に倒れた。私は何のために生まれたの？俺は思った。神のためだ。天国へ行くためだ。人は死ぬ。じゃあなんで生まれたのか。その問いに答えるため、神や宗教はある。あの日以来、胸を張って神のためって言えるようになるには、どうすりゃいいか考え続けた。その帰結として今こんなことをしてる。少なくとも異端を迫害するのは神じゃねえ。人だ。誰もそれを主張しないなら俺がする。そうしなきゃ妹に神のためって言えねえままだ。隊長には言わねえが宗教は大切だ。宗教がなきゃきっと人はここまで強くなかった。
It's entirely true. it's a super strong foundation for people.
同じ神を信じる人がいる。それだけでどれだけ心強いか。
Mm-hmm. That's the thing that keeps a lot of people going.
教会が設立されてから長いこと時間が経った。こうなると経年劣化免れねえ。いろんな辻褄が合わなくなってきて、あちこちで時代がきしむ音がする。
Cycle of life, brother.
変革期に立ち会ってる。
Yep.
だから俺は自分の使命ってもんを探して実践してるつもりだ。この道を進めば妹の死を受け入れられると信じてる。死を忌避するんじゃなく肯定したい。
こんな機械使うんですね。この手の技術が嫌いなんじゃ。
もちろん技術を打倒するため技術を
Naturally, yeah.
一体何をそこまで人工のものを嫌うんですか。
It's just not made by God, dude.
たんだよ。私の故郷では神の解釈の違いで殺し合いが生じ、家族が殺された。
Learn a lot about each of them.
そんなことがあちこちでよく起きてる。これは異常としか思えない。問題の原因、根本を潰すしかない。これらのすべては人口が引き起こした惨事だ。人口の社会、人口の掟、人口の神。
And made God. Idea of.
醜い模造品しかない。この雄大な自然を見ればわかるだろう。叶わないと人は一から何も作り出せない。その上、人が自然の力を借りて作るものは馬車、石弓、火薬、どれも醜い兵器ばかり。プラトン曰く、人の作る模倣物は遊びのようなもので。
What the fuck do you want them to make, bro? You can just make a mountain. I get what you're saying, though. Like I said, he makes for an interesting dude, but he's so far gone on one end. I just can't click with him.
アリストテレスも技術は自然を模倣すると言ってる。でも一方でこうも言ってる。技術は自然が成し遂げないことも成し遂げると。
Is that gonna move him though, or is he just gonna find the ugly within?
血のついたお金は私の父の形見です。これを見て私の信念を思い出す。父を思い出す。この二つは自然に生えてたものじゃない。人が人工的に作ったもの。だからって無価値じゃない。人の作る模倣は時として自然が成し遂げないことも成し遂げる。
Good way to flip it to him, though.
別れのご挨拶をと。
ずいぶん礼儀正しいね。何か下心でも。
いや、私はそんながめつくないですよ。
You're not.
強いて言えばこの頭巾上等でいいなとか。
そう。じゃああげる。
え？
それもう使わないから。
Hmm.
あともう一つあなたに渡したいものがある。中に手紙が入ってる。あの本の印刷と配布が済んだら郵送してほしい。先人への配慮。あなたが聞かせてくれたあの本に書いてあるでしょ。
Rip my boy Patotsky.
でもなんで私に。
面倒だった？私の大切なものを燃やしたんだから、これくらい頼まれてもいいんじゃない？
いや、そうじゃなくて。私を信用できますか？
I have a feeling she doesn't think she's gonna be here to do it herself.
なんで私に？
あなたは若いから。別の言い方で言うと、今はあなたたちが歴史の主役だから。だからあなたに託す。
Yeah, that's fair.
だから勝手に巻き込む。
My mission comes to an end here, anyways.
先人の発見を引き継ぐ。それもいつの間にか勝手に、自然に。だから今を生きる人には過去のすべてが含まれて、つまり歴史は神の意志のもとに成り立ってる。神はこの世にある悪を善に変える。それが神の意志。神は人を通してこの世を変えようとしてる。
Maybe we should tell Schmidt this.
ずつこの今はその大いなる流れの中にある。とどのつまり人の生まれる意味は、その企てに、その試行錯誤に、 善への鈍く果てしないにじり寄りに参加することだと思う。悪を捨て去ることなく飲み込んで直面することで、より大きな善が生まれることもある。悪と善、二つの道があるんじゃなく、すべては一つの線の上でつながっている。そう考えたら、かつての浮節さえも何も無意味なことはない。でも歴史を切り離すとそれが見えなくなって、
Keeps you
人
on
は
the path.
死んだら終わりだと有限性の不安に怯えるように、だから過去を無視すれば道に迷う。
抽象的すぎる。
私には具体的なもの。
どこが？
歴史認識は私の決断に関わるから。例えば、私の父は異端審問官だった。
And we know.
私は父と全く違う道を歩いた。
Mm-hmm.
今父が何をしているのかは知らない。生きてるのか、そうじゃないのかすらね。もう二度と会うことはないだろうけど、時々想像する。もし今の私が父と対峙したら、道を阻まれたらどうなるだろうって。考えただけでそれは人生最悪の瞬間で、混乱して平静を失うと思う。でもその時にこそ正しいと思った選択をしなきゃいけない。きっとその一瞬の選択のために私の数奇な人生は存在する。積み上げた歴史が私の動揺を鎮めて、臆病を打破して思考を駆動させて、いざって時に引かせない。
Leads you to your answer. The path you choose to be correct.
私の背中を押す。
Mm-hmm. Not just your experiences, but those who've come before.
そんな理屈こねてまで。
私は地動説を愛してる。そして愛してしまったことを祝福したいから。
It ain't all just about the money.
そう。だからあなたが乗り越えて。
こっちに向かってる場所が2台。
Well,
もう特定されたんだ。
she brought it up, and we will find our answer here.
ではみんなは裏口から逃げてください。森を
Once again, reasons as to why she passed it on to Jaka instead. No intention to leave.
ここに残って彼らを引きつける。
は？
彼らの狙いは組織長である私だから。
でも引きつけてその後は。
それはあなたの考えることじゃない。
As long as you fulfill her task, everything's good. Set it in motion. Whether you're here for it or not, you put out there what you intended to and what you were put on the earth to do in your mind. All these years, brother. She's still with you.
敵を撃ってくるからな。女です。組織長かと。
No, brother.
玉は異端解放戦線の組織長であるか。
Waiting for her to set it
いかに
aflame.
も私が組織長だ。
おのおの構えろ。
They're gonna do it before he gets a chance. Wow. He's gonna see. Not again. Set it aflame. Explosives. Fuck. I thought we was burning it.
自分で。ノバクさん、これは一体。え？ノバクさん、これは。
私にもよくわからんが、確実なのは新しい技術を用いて恐ろしいことが目の前で起こったということ。そして組織長は死んだということだ。
攻撃されたんじゃん。
いや、自爆だよ。
自爆。
Well aware.
自爆。
これも計画のうちだ。自爆を隠れみのに、これから向かう印刷工房を守るためだ。敵の狙いは異端解放戦線のリーダーを潰すこと。
I'll necessarily stop what we're doing.
当分は情報も出ないし、追われづらくなる。さらに、自爆は印刷後の流通先である改革派の協力を仰ぐためにも重要。彼らは異端扱いされているが、信徒の一部には変わりない。我々のような組織とは関係を持ちたがらない。そこで組織長の死が生きてくる。
And we died for the cause.
は崩壊したことにし、我々は無関係な新組織を装うことで改革派に接近できるよう組織長は考えた。そして決めたんだ。たとえわずかでも自爆することであの本が生きる可能性が高まるなら。
It's a necessary step to take. Jeez.
それを止めなかったんですか。
それは浄化。任務遂行には干渉は不要だ。流されれば
Brother.
を迷う。我々にとって死は日常。重要なのはどこで死ぬかだ。彼女の決断はその背後にいる神の決断。信念のため名誉ある死だ。あのコインに象徴される稼ぐという信念があるのだろう。ならばいずれ直面するはずだ。信念を貫く難しさに。信念には対価が必要。命をかけられないなら口だけだ。ここから先は情と両立して
How deeply rooted is that?
騎士団だ。すれ違うぞ。活字を椅子の後ろに隠せ。
This is a bad situation. Uh-oh. No, right to them.
ここの場所止まれ。
Never mind.
全員降りてこい。
An explosive conclusion for Yolenta, passing the torch fully onwards to those who remain within the Liberation Force, and mainly Draka here, holding her with a message that needs to be passed along. The person who retains all the knowledge of everything that's written in the book, if she's able to escape from a scenario here, and everything else completely gets destroyed around them. It's the weight's on her shoulders now. I guess that's why she's the face we see in the OP, right? There's the one that we have to follow along for this journey. It's not the reunion I think that was expected, right? We were expecting a confrontation between the two. I think a death for Yolenta was expected, though. At least I assumed it would be. The means for it, though, were always up in the air. I've debated strongly last episode and even throughout this one how this confrontation between the two of them, between her and Novak, would go, and where narratively they would want to bring it. And I've really struggled to find that answer. And I think they found it. I think the best way to go absolutely was not allowing it to happen at all. To bring you damn close to it, but not letting it happen. And the lack of words between the two, the lack of dialogue overall, the subtle references almost with the hand going flying and the father picking it up basically, and being the one who's carried her hand essentially this whole time, holding the glove consistently, bringing him with him wherever he goes, and taking that once again. It's beautiful. It truly is. And even mixed on top of the fact that he's directly contributed to her believed death and her actual death now. The not understanding her own, where she was at, and not really ever getting or understanding her, leading the church directly down the path to do away with her, even in the framing of it, that they ended up doing, to believing that his entire life to then being the one who's directly brings those around her that she has to light herself up due to you again is crazy. It's really awesome though how they're able to. That's the highlight of this entire series for me. I think there's a lot of other strong points, of course, and I think that there's certain things that through some comments and just like general readings and stuff that I've seen of people on the series in general, really appreciate and like, and love, I guess should be the word I use. And for me, I generally like most of them. But that loving feeling has never really connected in terms of a lot of the different presentations within the series. But the one things that I think have remained consistent and have made me be like, this is top tier, is when the deaths occur. I think every time they absolutely nail the ones that they need to. They portray it absolutely beautifully. And if there's any last words or things needed from the characters, they always come out as perfect as I think that somebody could be able to write them. So huge round of applause directly for that. And I think it's just fitting in general with her, right? Her being the one who everything in the past and everything that she's been working towards and those who came before her, the universe itself will guide you to find those answers. You can rely on that to be able to leave you as confident and comfortable in that situation as you can. And to ultimately have that already almost in the back of your mind of like where we need to go and what she needs to do with it, but be the one who flips it entirely and controls her own fate in regards to the way that she does, I think is so fitting and so perfect. It flips the power directly into your hands, exactly as Raph did years and years ago. And even a lot of the other characters do, while being put, back against the wall in these situations, always finding the way that they think is most appropriate or acceptable almost for them to die, while still passing on whatever it is they need to, right? Those situations may have not been the dream that you've had. Everybody likes the idea of like, I'm going to have like this badass way of dying that's going to continue that legacy for like years and stuff. Yolanta actually did it. But at the same time, you might even have situations with somebody like Bedeni who his isn't as heroic and cool as you almost would think it would be. But the aftermath of seeing what he did with the engravings onto the heads and everything that we find, that's that shit. That's that legacy. That's the thing that kind of lingers and lasts on and allows that next generation, the younger folk, almost to come in and take it on and progress this idea of heliocentrism. They have found that they took control fully into their hands of the most costly situation that potentially could come. They absolutely did. And I think that's been such a highlight throughout the series in general. And Yolanta continues to put that on display here. And it just builds expectations even more for the excitement of what happens if Draka's not successful in where we go in regards to her, right? And we're already building her essentially with her own conviction, right? Of seeing maybe potential cracks with, money itself not being as strong, like that foundation being as strong as she maybe necessarily thought while coming into contact and learning so much more with all these other people. And it's going to be interesting to see how much and how she likely will flip her way out of this. Usually she weasels her way out a little bit of just kind of siding with the good people or having like some sort of knowledge or something that they need to hold on to keep her alive or whatever. But it's going to be interesting to see how this confrontation with the cliffhanger we get left off with may have, and all these conversations and those things before have altered her as a person almost, that we may see a reassessment, right? We may see that morality realigned in a way that could be intriguing. And I'm interested to see what she comes to terms with come towards the end of this. Basically setting everything up. I thought this away with her purpose and we should do away with her, but others in the past have directly brought her into a different light and a different viewpoint. We love heliocentrism. I love the little conversations with everybody, learning a little bit about their past, learning a little bit about the grounds that they stand on, why they're doing what they're doing, what has led them directly to here. And I think it's really cool. And it's really fun too, the direct like continuation that we're getting with so many different characters throughout this of wanting to truly believe in things that almost they're going against, right? Being those who are maybe going against the general ideas that the church is trying to preach out, that you would believe God himself would be kind of against, but at the same time, still trying to fall in line of being like, we were put here for a purpose, and everything that we do is leading us to that purpose of finding, God himself, which I think is really, really cool. Right. And I just love like the lines of, without religion, humans can never be this strong. Like, it's absolutely true. And it's something that I've been very consistent with my own belief in, as much as maybe people disagree with the idea of specifics within religion, or what their own viewpoints and beliefs kind of are. Denying the fact that religion is something that has brought so many people purpose, that has brought like-minded individuals, and even those who potentially aren't, together in ways, and have strengthened their life so much more, would just be, it's just wrong to to not believe that, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's something that so many people who maybe feel lost can reach out to and feel like that they're finding that purpose. It's something that when you do feel lost, you can find a group of people, a place of belonging almost, to continue your life, and reasons for that continuation too. It's such a wonderful thing, like it really can be, that I completely agree when he says something like this, right? It has given that foundation and that strength, and for years and years to come prior to any of our lives, has been built off of the solid foundation to be as strong of a pillar as it has continued to be, and it will continue to be throughout the future. And I just think that's so wonderful. Her looking down at the blood money in her hands, reassessing things a little bit. Once again, conversation. I love just, I just don't agree with like anything that he says. I get what he's coming from. I just never do, but he's always fun to see how far gone he is in comparison to everybody else, how far he resides on one side over the other. And then we cap it off with a final conversation between these two. And it's good. And these are the pillars that she's kind of talking about, right? Those things of the past, those things that have led you to where you are today. It's once again exactly that. It's being able to preach this outwards to a younger generation of those who will continue to carry this stuff on forward to us, no matter how abstract so many of the ideas themselves can be. Sometimes I even imagine what it would be. I like to liken her situation too with this overall confrontation that they have, as she kind of gives herself up and recognizes like, this is my end. I like to liken it like to, I guess, like athletes in a way. You know how many fucking athletes you get where they just don't know when to hang it up, and it's like, it's too long, bro. You got nothing left to prove. You got nothing left to do here. So like, she's like, I'm past the prime. I've did what I needed to. The exchange has been done. The handoff's been done. Or we've written out basically everything that we need to. It's time to get production going. I got no hand left in this anymore. And she recognizes that, and she's like, but I'm going to go out on my own terms. I'm not going to just stick around and wait for nobody to want me or for them to tell me it's too late. I'm going to do it on my own. But I really like that. Beautiful sequence of being able to see all these different moments, the people who have directly impacted and influenced her life and brought her to the future that she sees now, that she'll be able to pass on. And the explosion is fucking insane and powerful. I was wondering what the bags were, and explosives would make plenty of sense. Many shows, and even this is like indicated those, in bags. That's just kind of like the common thing that you do. But I don't know why. I was just assuming that we were setting up something else for like her to just light them on fire and create even more of a way for them to like not get to her. I thought that she was going to light herself. That's what I thought was going to happen. She fucking blew herself up, which is crazy. So beautiful being able to pick this up. So, and I just wonder if he actually ever recognized or noticed. I don't think he did. Even if you got that half a second glimpse, recognizing what's going on and the fact that they already came to terms and accepted this. Feelings are not a part of it. And then just flipping her views on the convictions entirely once again. Until look who decides to fucking put a stop to us. I wonder where that's going to go. I truly don't even think I can begin creating a scenario where I have like an idea of what the next episode is going to entail. I just don't know. I feel like you would have to say that they would get away, but at the same time, I do not know at all. I feel like I would like Draka to be our final main character, in a sense that she had a connection to one of like the earliest characters that we're basically going to have, right? I guess it's only one arc before, but we've known them since like episode like 6. Like we've known her for a while. Whereas like if we get somebody else, the connection is literally going to be from within a couple episodes span, so it feels a little bit different. But there has to be like more set in motion almost for us to have an ending for Draka to occur right here, right? So a fitting ending doesn't really, I think, come about within this next episode. So I'm just curious where they want to direct it. I don't know. We're just gonna let it play out and see. I hope you guys enjoyed though. If you liked it all, hit the like and subscribe down to me. Feel free to share them in the channel, comments, the series. We'll be back for the 21st episode very soon. It was a great one though.